And welcome back to the morning show. You know, when athletes are being talked about for a non-sports related issue, it's usually not a good thing. So this morning we're talking about the amazing transformation of the skin lightening of Sammy Sosa. Take a look. The picture on the left is of Sosa from June of this year, not that long ago. The picture at the right was taken last Thursday at the Latin Grammy Awards. Hard to believe that it's even the same person. So this is one of the most Googled topics on the web right now. So here to help us figure out the tale of the two Sosas is dermatologist Dr. Seth Forman. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so people are trying to say that he underwent some kind of skin rejuvenation. First of all, what is skin rejuvenation, and is it something that could result in what's happened here?
Well, skin rejuvenation is kind of like a catch-all word. It doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
And my impression is that he had a bleaching treatment, either with a monobenzone or a very high percent hydroquinone, or possibly a significant laser treatment. Okay,
normally when you talk about bleaching, you do spots for dark areas. That's a pretty consistent and even bleaching job.
Yeah, he did a great job. So I think that he used a bleaching cream and used it repeatedly.
Why do you think he would do something like that?
I'm not certain why someone would do something like that. In his case, unless he had a disease called vitiligo, where patients sometimes opt. Vitiligo is a condition where people have an autoimmune condition where they lose pigment in an irregular pattern.
Got it.
My impression is sometimes patients actually choose to have their skin bleached in order to give themselves a uniform color. Now, I'm not aware that Sammy Sosa had this condition.
Sure, because vitiligo is kind of splotchy. It doesn't go evenly. Is it possible that, as a dark-skinned person myself, in the summer, I am darker in the summertime, and in the wintertime, I lighten up? Is it possible that Sammy Sosa, as a dark-skinned individual, is just lighter because he's not playing baseball like he was before, because he's retired and he's not in the sun all the time?
That's true. My impression is that African Americans or patients of color have the same cells that deliver pigment to their skin as Caucasians.
Okay.
So the sun does cause African Americans to deliver pigment to their skin, so it's not uncommon for patients to be darker of all skin colors during the summertime than, say, during the wintertime when they don't get as much sun exposure.
But I would assume that you don't recommend that we go through this kind of, if we want lighter skin pigmentation, we don't go through this drastic process.
No, I think this is very, very drastic, and I don't recommend it I don't do this to my patients. I don't offer this type of therapy to my patients to where they get entire skin lightening. I do offer spot treatments, offer laser treatments for age spots and such, but this is very significant. If he did use monobenzone, it's irreversible, so he better like it.
Boy, because that's who he is from here on out, if that's the case.
Absolutely.
All right, Dr. Seth Forman, thank you so much for trying to get to the bottom of this for us, because a lot of people are curious about it. All right, now for a look at the forecast, here's Chris and